Hi, everybody. Gary Williams again here with another little chit-chat to one of our fellow artists, someone in the business who is going through this same sort of coronavirus nonsense that we're all going through. And the man there drawing focus completely is Brian Conley. Hello, Brian.
Hello, mate. I thought I'd do the interview with Elvis.
That's much better. He's much better looking.
The King, not him, me.
Why have you got a big picture of Elvis in your office?
Well,
honestly,
just before this all happened, we were in a charity shop and it was £6, and I thought we'd buy that, but we haven't. Of course, can't do it at the moment, and give it to my mum, and that will keep her company during the whole coronavirus thing. You know, it could be in the lounge. She'd be chatting to Elvis. So he's actually a life-sized. Look, he's got bloody bits there. Look. I mean, Gary, £6.
And now, and now you're on lockdown, so you can't visit your mum.
Can't visit your mum. We've got blooming Elvis in the corner.
If anybody watching this wants to know what Brian's mum looks like, go to Brian's Instagram. There's a very, very funny video of, what is it? You were FaceTiming, and she pressed the wrong button.
FaceTiming now. We bought one of these, Facebook portals. My mum is not into tech at all. She was trying to turn it off, but then she actually touched the effects button, and she's got this sort of beard and a big chin and making her voice go all funny like this. And I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off. Of course, as you will know on Instagram and that, because I'm not very techy, you can only put a minute. It went on for ages, and we were crying. But she's good fun, and I must say, Facebook and her, so we can see her face and that. Obviously, it just keeps her sane, and we just feel as if we're getting good contact rather than just on the phone.
So what's the deal now where you are? I mean, does it feel pretty strict with the lockdown? Is everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing?
No. We've been really good. My daughter Amy, who's 23, she got a lot of international friends. She was at a apartment, a flat, and there was a girl there who had it. She had it, unbeknownst to her. We knew within a couple of days because she had got checked because she's in Germany, and her parents said, "Oh, we're not sure." So she immediately got checked, and so we knew that she had got it. And then the real turning point was talking to Sam Kane and Linda Lusardi. It's unbelievable because they've gone through it. And I know Sam's feeling better. Linda at the moment is still in intensive care, but she's getting through it. And it really did hit home. So we've been very good, really good, even to the point where we are getting deliveries and we wash all the packaging.
Yeah. So are you actually visiting your mum, or are you just sort of staying away?
No, today is the first day that I have considered going, because it's a big emergency. My mum needs some powdered milk. I've got a load, so I thought we put it on the doorstep, and then we can go into the garden and just talk to her through the window. But we are very conscious, really conscious. And what we'll probably do with the Marvel powdered milk is to clean it with rubber gloves, put it into a plastic bag, and then go like that.
I know it's funny, we're laughing, but we're doing the same thing. We buy, the milk that we buy, the main stuff that we buy from the shop, we wash it off in the sink, we wash all the packaging. We've got a bottle spray of like kind of alcohol, cleaner stuff that we spray. We spray our shoes, we spray our socks. It's crazy, but you've got to do it, haven't you?
You've got to do it. And when I talk to, and I don't want to be too down on it, or talking to Sam Kane, who has been in hospital, he's at home now. He hasn't really even at home been able to get out of bed for 3 days. But he said, Brian, we've got to get over this hump. We've got to get over this time when it's rife to give, for us, the NHS the chance. Because if you're going to hospital at the moment, it is so busy. You're not getting the help that you do need. So it's important for all of us to just hang on there. Because if we, I don't want to be all scaremongering, but if you come down there right at the moment and go to the hospital, it's very busy. So, you've got to be vigilant, and we really are. And we've got a little, my daughter got a little playhouse we've had there for 15 years in the garden, and we've been painting that. Oh, mate, we sanded it down. We have put on undercoats. We have put on like 9 coats of paint to give us something to do. The other day in my garage, I'm not joking, this was yesterday, I was filing my nails and screws. I'm going, right, that's the big one. That goes in the big box. The little ones, they go there. I'm sorting out the screws and nails.
So this is all the stuff that you don't normally have the time to do. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, but okay, so this is really interesting. Of course, I was in 95 in school. Now, who knows? I might be back there. No, so we're still in London till the 23rd of May. And then in June, the tour starts, or was going to start, and hopefully it does start. But what happened, I finished pantomime, and I had 6 weeks off, because I went, no, I'm going to go back in, I'm going to do the tour. And now the producer was going, well, we want you back before that. I said, no, I've got to have time off, because all last year I was working, the whole year. I have 6 weeks off, I go back, in 2 weeks, I'm never sitting around. But in those 6 weeks, I tidied everything up at home. We never went on. I sorted out drawers, I sorted out our wardrobes, everything else. So I've now got it. I'm thinking, why did I tidy it all up and sort things out for 6 weeks? So,
is there anything you can do? Is there anything you can do, like with this time? I don't know, to prepare for other gigs, or I don't know, write more material.
Well, yeah, of course we've got pantomime, and I will turn the camera around right in a moment just to show you what I've been doing. Okay, you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see this? So that is all VHS, old VHS computer. So that's my computer. So I have taken on the mammoth task of transferring all my videos onto hard drive. And I'm not joking, I've got 200. I mean, I've got a few. That's all videos. There's videos there. I've got another room around the corner.
But you're basically going to spend the next 3 months just looking at videos of yourself.
Me, yeah.
What a dream.
I've got to categorise and put them in order. So, of course, we've done honeymoons, we've done weddings, certain Christians and all that. So I've done that. And now I've started to move on to telly, because I've got all these obscure videos that if you put it in, you go, I have no idea what that is. And then suddenly you scroll through and I'm on the Des O'Connor show, or I've done this. And so I'm sort of capturing those moments. No one will probably ever see it. But for me, it's just, I want to sort of just, because they're all degrading. There's a load here that are just, you know, you put them in and go, you know, because they have got water in. So I just thought, and I would never, ever have done it if this hadn't happened, you know. And so that for me is good. And yeah, trying to keep a bit sane with regards to sort of putting out funny videos. I don't preach. Everyone knows what's going on. So I just try and share a smile. That's what I've called it.
So people, well, the best way for people to see these videos, what you do, is Instagram your main thing, or Facebook, or?
Twitter is a much of an older fan base. So I do try and put them on both. I'll go Twitter and Insta, you know, but I mean, it is... I put on a silly video, and within moments, like 10,000 people have just seen it. And I'm like, oh my God. So, and that's no joke, you know. It is a weird time. It is, you know, you can sit and really worry about it, of course, but we're all in the same boat, you know. We're all sitting around going, and it is okay. Where were we, Mark? Tenerife. You know, when the ash cloud happened, we were in, I'm sure it was Tenerife, and we were coming down in the lift, and these couples said, oh, I'm glad I'm not flying today. And we went, why? He said, oh, big volcano. Now, we had already been at this hotel for 2 weeks. Then suddenly this went off. Then suddenly it's all locked down. No one can go anywhere. We're sitting there. And it was weird because there was no end. We kept waking up every day. Can we go to the airport? No. My God, we've been here bloody 3 weeks. Can we go there? And this is where we are with this. We're sort of like there's no, well, you've got to do it for 3 weeks. You've got to do it for 4. It is a weird time. showing this to entertainment people, then they will know. In our game, it's all or nothing. You are either rushed off your feet, extremely busy, or you do nothing. So I'm sort of used to it. I'm used to being at home with my family because there's time like where, you know, pantomime, 2 shows a day, it stops, and now I've got 2 months off, you know, and so I'm sort of used to that. I feel sorry for people that have 9-to-5 jobs, or, you know, a CEO's really busy, blah, 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 and then somebody goes, and they go. I mean, you know, a lot of these people can't, of course, they can't play golf, they can't do anything. They actually have to sit and talk to their family.
Exactly. Well, and you're lucky that you are with your family, because there's a lot of people that are not, right? I mean, imagine if you were stuck somewhere, if you were touring somewhere else halfway across the world and couldn't get back.
I know. Well, of course, the residents and only the people that are living in England are now being given 50 grand a week. So it's a big shame that you're in Tenerife.
Thank you for those words of comfort.
Stuck out there, love.
So listen, if
how
people
are you
want
finding it, Gary Williams? I want to know, how are you finding it?
In Tenerife?
Yeah, what's it like? I'm just
you know, actually, we felt when we were here, I mean, we came on lockdown maybe about 10 days before you in the UK. And it was kind of weird for us looking at England thinking, why are they not on lockdown now? Because we were experiencing all this and we felt kind of comforted by it. I mean, it took a little bit to get used to, but we were pleased about it because it made us feel safer. So we're glad that the UK is on lockdown now.
Yeah.
We live in quite a quiet little part of Tenerife, not a big tourist area. So actually it's very peaceful. We never had any problems in the shops because, you know, there's lots of little kind of corner shops or, you know, small little shops. The shops were always fully stocked. Right now, it's just very calm. It's very peaceful. Of course, you hardly see anybody about. We're lucky because we're looking after my father-in-law's dog. So that's like, it's so great to have a dog because we've got an excuse to go out and walk, you know, as often as we want, a couple of times a day with the dog. And that's nice. But, you know, I mean, I'm looking out now my window and every apartment's got balconies, but I never see anybody even on their balcony. You hardly see anybody. I don't know. People are just indoors the whole time, which is weird to me. But we feel safe. We feel happy. And for me, like you, I mean, I've spent such a lot of time on cruise ships on my own, you know, I might be on a ship for a week and I'm only doing one show. So you know what it's like. You get used to kind of organizing your time. You get used to being you can't just sit around doing nothing all the time. So I'm used to filling my days. So from that point of view, I'm used to that, and I'm very happy to be here with Philip, my boyfriend, because I'd been in London to do some shows and got back here just before they started cancelling flights. So I could very easily be stuck in London now. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's hang on, Alexa, stop. I don't know what she wants. She's so rude.
She's tell you what, she's listening in.
Yeah, it's so. Do you know? I was saying to Philip the other day. I think we're doing really well, but I think we have to try and kind of do something different with our weekends, because our days, we're kind of organised. We have a little routine, but it's nice if the weekends are kind of different, because otherwise every day it just kind of feels longer, I think. So we're trying to think of things which we can do on a weekend that kind of break up the week a little bit, you know. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, we're trying to bring each other together, but you know, we could all sit here and moan, but we know we're in a really fortunate position to many other people, you know, to where many other people are. So, you know, it's very easy to go, you can't, you know, but that's maybe easy for me to say. You know, I really count myself extremely lucky, you know, but it was tough going into town. We had an inkling that it was going to close. Boris said, run the company manager of the show, 9 to 5. He said, are we coming in? She said, yes, because there's still a lot of people that have booked that night. This will probably be our last one. And then we all done the warm-up on stage, and then the producer came out and just said, Now that's it.
Wow.
And with this show, there's probably about 45 of us. You know, when you talk about the crew and everyone else and a bit of band, and because we all sit here, they call it the parish notes, where you all stand service before your show, and they maybe give you notes about this, that, or whatever. So we were all there, and of course, they said we're not doing it, and then no one could hug. We couldn't all go for a drink. How long is this going to be for? We don't know. And it sort of fizzled out, and it's weird because there's no full stop. My daughter's taken her last year at school. She goes to an international school. She didn't have her graduation due. They're taking their mock exams as their exam now. She's very grateful and just so pleased that she actually worked hard in those mock exams. And it's surreal. It is the weirdest thing ever, and we will all talk about this forever. And when they say to you, "Oh, Gary, he's a crooner," they might say Corona now. Who knows? Can I say that? Probably the worst joke I've ever said.
Are puppets immune to this virus?
No, I've got him here. Where is he? There's Larry. Right.
Oh God, what have I done?
This is the one I use. You know, when I knock it about, I have in this room, ladies and gentlemen, the original Larry Loaf, the absolute original. Which is a cabinet here. Here you go. See, there it is. This is your life. Things like that. Oh look, there's a BAFTA.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Right, hold on. I'm showing you the original Larry.
Hang on a minute. More valuable than your BAFTA. You've got 6 toilet rolls there.
This is blue. You know, blue roll.
That's
you get, you know, with you. So we found that.
From?
And these are like a real spare. Real spare, because they're probably, you know, basically you wrap your hand in it and it will just go through it. But yeah, that's it. You know, this has got to last us now for about 8 months. I wanted to know that. This is the original. This is the original.
Look at him. I remember him. He's in very good condition to say the amount of times you've whacked him.
It's stuffed. You know, there it is. But yeah, so the puppet, he comes out. I just do a bit of that on social media and sing some songs. My daughter's got her own little website now where she's singing. We just try and plod along. And I think it's a really good point that you said, Gary, you know, where, of course, we are lucky in some ways. You know, I don't know if you're looking at that in the olden days, but where we're used to doing nothing, you know, we're used to sitting on a cruise ship, you know, and people always say, oh, isn't that lovely sitting there? But not if you're doing it every week. You know, it's weird. Yeah. I've got comedy props. Hold on, look at this. See that? Wait for it. Look at the head on that lager.
Oh, God. So, how often are you doing your little broadcasts on Instagram and on Twitter?
I do it every couple of days, you know, and it keeps me amused. I know people like it when it's visual and just funny, and you know, I don't know how it's going to carry on. I might be a bit more, you know, try and send out more of a message, but at the moment, I just for everyone maybe wants to.
I think it is perfect what you do. No, we're just sick of watching the news. We know what's going on. What we need is an antidote, and you give us that. I was just looking through your Instagram before we did this. It's so funny. That it's just so great. So, bless you. Thank you for just keep doing what you're doing. We love you, and thank you.
Gary, don't go. I've got no one to talk to. Don't.
No, I'm sick of you now. I've had enough.
No, don't, Gary, because this is it. I wanted to talk for hours because I have got nothing in my life now.
I've got a gig. I've got to go. I've got a gig.
Have you got a gig? Can you imagine? You say, yeah, there's no one there, but you know, there's no change.
Yeah, no, I'm really busy. I got a new tour just came through, and you know, I've got a couple of cruises later in them. Are you not working? No, I'm,
No love.
no, I'm really
No,
busy. Yeah,
doing nothing.
got loads.
But
Got
you
an
can,
album launch next week. Busy.
yeah, you can lie through your teeth. Say that, you can lie. I'm going to do this job, bleeding London Palladium for a week with, just reel it all off because everyone will be going, yeah, what a shame. They don't know. They don't know it wasn't even in the pipeline.
I was saying to a friend of mine, we should just be like, while all this is going on, we should send the most outrageous sort of like Instagram pictures of sort of having a picnic in a balloon or something and just having the most amazing time. Life's great,
Yeah. Well, it's like all these Hollywood stars that are moaning about it in their, standing by their tennis courts with their indoor swimming pool. And you're thinking, no, you're not. You're not having a hard time, And I think in our game, Gary, and it is a drug to me. I do have to get out there. I do have to entertain. Or I get withdrawal symptoms. I will go on holiday. Last time we were in Marbella, we're sitting in this bar in a hotel lounge. No one knows me. No one speaks English. I'm listening to the band. They're playing a song that I know, and it's in my key. I'm getting up, and my kids go, "No, don't." I go, "It's in my key. It's in my key." And I will get up and do it. It's like I have a couple of days off, and I've got to do something. So for me, like doing those little Instagrams, it just keeps me sane. But I genuinely get, and I think you're the same. I get withdrawal symptoms. I have to get out and do something.
Yeah. Well, we've got to wind it up.
No, don't leave me.
No, I've got to leave you. I'm going to be talking.
Sing.
I'm talking
we could do some harmonies.
We could never do harmonies, even when we're on a gig. We're not going to do it over this. Brian, I love you. Take care. Stay well. Keep washing everything, and give my love to your mum.
Oh, bless you, Gary. Well, look. I can't think of anything nice to say to you. So see ya.